So we are starting our meeting soon. Just give a minute or two. I could see in the comments box some teachers have written there is no voice. So we haven't started the meeting yet. So first we will start the YouTube live and then we will start today's meeting. So just wait for 4 minutes and we will start the meeting soon.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome all my TAC coordinators, all my BRPs. In the beginning, I would like to welcome our Honorable Principal, Sri Balkrishna Vatikar Sahib. He is going to give best wishes to our meeting. I welcome all my BRPs, all the cluster heads who are present here, and all the TAC coordinators, all the officers, and of course, Saurabh from CLR and Bhagyashri ma'am from CLR and all the team of CLR. So we have, all of you have implemented the first tag meeting. I would like to listen your experience too. And we would like to, I would like to revise whatever we have done in the last session. So in the last session, we have learned about how to introduce ourselves, introduce our friend, introduce the celebrity, and many more activities we have done in the last session. We read one article, and that article was based on how to introduce ourselves. You must have remembered everything. Just revise it. All of you are requested to revise it. We observed one lesson too. That lesson was from Sheetal Sonawne ma'am. And we discussed on that lesson too. This time also, many more activities are there. Of course, all those activities are interested. But in the beginning, I would like to listen feedback from you. So just raise your hand and give feedback of your, say, your meeting, which you have implemented at cluster level. Yes. Anyone, please raise your hand so that I can unmute that person, that tag coordinator.
Hello, ma'am. This is, hello, Deepak More from ZP School, Barogarwadi. Can you hear me, ma'am? Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible. We can hear you.
It was very great experience, ma'am. Hello. Student enjoyed it. But we have already seen that video about how to introduce ourselves in CLR's video. Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible. Please continue.
We already heard about it in CLR's video. We learn English. Nothing is new in that, but student enjoyed it, and also I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Of course, your feedback are supposed to be motivation for us. So I would like to listen one more feedback. Anybody else?
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. I'm Rajeshri Vaibhav Sadakar from Junnar, ZPPA School, Belsar. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Bola.
Okay, thank you, sir. We conducted that cluster tag meeting, and it was very nice experience, sir. And we discussed about self-introduction, and all teachers that are tag meeting gave their nice introduction in that meeting. And also we take self-introduction and um, uh, picture introduction also, sir. That was a great experience for all the teachers, sir. And this activity is very nice, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, madam. Your experience, of course, I told that it proved to be motivation for us. So thank you very much. Now we will go ahead towards our program. Slide. See, as all of us knew that FLN has given some objectives to us, which we have to achieve. What are those objectives? First, we will see those objectives.
Next slide, please.
The first objective was oral language development. We have done a lot of with this thing, oral language development. Last year, we deal with this topic, oral language development, the concept of oral language development, how to means what are the major things, 5 things we have seen in oral language development. And even we have seen the other parts like language features, for example, syllable, then what is that, stress, intonation. So everything of theory part we have seen in that. Today we are dealing with the next topic, and that is phonological awareness. Of course, it is depend on oral language development too, but today's session, we are going to deal with phonological awareness. We will see the other, we will see what is mentioned in phonological awareness. This domain includes the competencies of word. Means this domain in word awareness. We are dealing with word awareness, then rhyme awareness, then awareness of sound within the words. So all those things we are dealing here. We are going to do some activity under this phonological awareness session. We will see the other objectives too, because these are also very important from our point of view. So the third objective is decoding. Then fourth objective is vocabulary.
Hello.
The fifth one is reading comprehension. The sixth one is reading fluency. And the fourth one is concept about print. Sixth one, reading, eighth one is writing, and ninth one is culture. What is that? Culture of reading, inclination towards reading. Okay, so these are the 9 objectives, but today our session is going to be deal with phonological awareness. So what is that phonological awareness? First, I would like to listen from you. Who is going to speak on it? Phonological awareness. What do you know about it?
Hello, phonological awareness. I think that any word that is simple, but someone says it's simple.
Okay.
Like this, madam, I am correct?
Yes, you are correct.
Okay. We pronounce any word in our in like our Marathi mother tongue, like pronunciation like Marathi medium. So that words maybe in we pronounce like in English absolutely.
Yes, madam. You are absolutely on correct track. So we are going to learn how to pronounce the word pronunciation. So phonological awareness deal with the pronunciation. So in today's session, we will understand how to pronounce the words and how we will make our student to pronounce the word. Okay. So I request Saurabh to just start your session. Thank you, sir. Thank you, all of you.
Thanks a lot. Yes, so a very good afternoon to all of you, all the participants. So today we are again starting with the next tag meeting that we have scheduled throughout the year, and now we are in the August tag meeting. And as Torne ma'am just described, that we have chosen today's topic is the phonological awareness of English language. So next slide, please. Yes, in the comment box, I can see some teachers have said that there are certain issues with the internet. So I will just request them to please move to a location where there is connectivity, might be good. Because I think most of the teachers are able to hear the voice without any issues. Okay, so now as we start with the next session, the phonological awareness of English, there are certain things that we are going to do today. First of all, we will definitely look at the design of today's session. We have the session for 2 hours, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. And then for each discussion point, we are going to focus as a tag coordinator, how you will be able to facilitate the same meeting in your location as well. That is also going to be an important part of our discussion. So as we were now discussing the phonological awareness in English. This is the same structure that we have been following for all the tag meetings. There are 4 major sections: learning by listening, learning by speaking, learning by reading, and learning by watching. And as the feedback that we received for last year, we have made sure that we will include number of activities, so the session is going to be very interactive. It is going to be very participative as well. And I would like to listen to your responses as well. So what are some of the rules that we are going to follow? First, when you want to speak, teachers will have to raise their hand, and then you will be able to unmute yourself and share your response. Second, after you finish your response, then obviously we will mute ourselves. So let's start. These are the 4 sections. I hope you are able to see the PPT on your screen, and we are also streaming this call live on YouTube as well. So learning by listening, then we will have certain activities and we will discuss the phonological awareness in English language. So before we start with the activities, I would like to say something about the phonological awareness in English. So as you can see the word, the phonological, the word is made up of a word phone, and the meaning of the word phone is sound. So when we talk about the word phonology, it is the scientific study of the sounds, which you can find in one particular language. So phonology of Marathi and in English will be a bit different, what kind of sounds we have in Marathi, what kind of sounds we have in English. So obviously there is going to be some difference about it. So when we say, how do we develop the phonological awareness in English, we are focusing on that a sentence is made up of words. So at the first we have a sentence, then we have words. You can again further break the words into syllables, and then you go on breaking the words till you receive the phonemes. A phoneme is again a sound which cannot be broken further. So when we say that we have to develop the phonological awareness of children in English language, we have to make them aware that each word is made up of different sounds. This is the very basic definition of phonological awareness in English language. So now we will start, and we will start with our first section. Next slide, please. And that first activity we are going to do is learning by listening. So what we are going to do here, we will play an audio file. We are going to play an audio. There are certain words, there are certain pronunciation of words, and what teachers are expected to do, they have to write down these words. If you have a notebook, then please write them in the notebook, or maybe if you are quick, you can also write them in the chat box as well. So I hope the instructions are clear. This is the first part, learning by listening. We will listen to an audio. There are certain words spoken in the audio. Teachers have to just write down those words, either in the chat box or in the notebook. So let's start. Let's listen to the audio. Yes.
Words starting with letter A. Army. Addition. Air. Around. Words with letter C in it. Center. Candy. Chalo. Social. Words with letter G in it. Game. Magic. Garage. Words with letter S in it. Sunday. Sugar. Present. Words with letter Y in it. Yes. Happy. Sky.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Mitwa. Let's go back to the slide. Yes. Now wait here. So as I can see from the messages, there are plenty of responses by teachers, and I can see they have tried to write almost all the words. I can see some words which I think there is some confusion about, and let's see what we can understand. I can also see that Vrushali ma'am, she has written so many words, all the words I think. Pushpalata ma'am, again, thanks a lot. You have also written some words. Couple of teachers have written words like they have just write one word. They have written one word, and these two teachers, Ushali ma'am and Pushpalata ma'am, they have written all the words, almost all the words. So now let's go to the next slide and understand what we want to discuss through this activity. So as you can see on your screen now, let's see how we wrote these words. So there were 5 letters, and we tried to include 5 these letters and what words we have which start with the given words. So for A, there were 4 words: army, addition, air, around. For C, we had center. Please pay attention. There are 2 spellings of center. One among them is British and another one is American spelling. Second word that starts with C is candy. Then we have cello. So as I could see in the comments, there was words written as cello. So this is the word cello, and yeah, there might be other pronunciations like cello, the company that manufactures stationery or some hot water bottles. But the original word, the original musical instrument, it's pronounced as cello. The next word that starts with C is social, then game for G, magic, garage. The pronunciation that we heard during this was garage, so that was an Indian pronunciation of the word, the accepted, that we have accepted pronunciation. The words that we start with S were Sunday, sugar, and present. For Y, we had three words: yes, happy, and sky. So now I would like to invite teachers. What do we understand by these words and their pronunciation? Can we find a pattern why we are discussing these words? So look at the words carefully for each letter, and then maybe we can have your responses. So I can see one teacher has raised the hand.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yes, you're audible, ma'am.
Actually, these words sounds from A. There are army, addition, air, and around. So
Yes.
that means the A sounds verify sounds in this different sounds in it. That in the army,
Yes.
A sounds A, addition A sounds A, air means A sounds A, and around A sounds.
A sound
Yeah.
is there. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So we will have one more response. Chandrakant sir, Chandrakant Dharmalkar sir. Yes.
Yes, sir. In the second group of C, there are different pronunciations, different sounds. In the first word center is the sound of C is S. Then in candy, in there it's K. Then in the cello, there is sound Ch, then Sh. These are the different sounds of C. Then
The letter
at
C.
same,
Okay.
in the same way, other groups are showing us different sounds of same letter.
Same letter. Okay. Thank you, sir. Rupali ma'am, Rupali Darvi ma'am, you want to add something?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
In a letter G or letter S and letter Y is there. Both sounds different in different words. In game we say G, but letter is sound game. And in magic we say J. In garage both sounds are for G. That is G and J.
Yes. So this
It
is a
means
very
single
unique
letter.
word.
Single letter pronouncing different sounds. Words we are accepted and we are habitual to use that words. So we don't know about any rule or why it is different, why it creates different sounds in a garage. First G is a G and then J, the second G is a J. And also Sunday as is S and sugar it is Sh. In presents S is J. It is totally different sounds. And same thing happens in a while also. Why we generally think about ear sound. That is, but here is yes. In happy, it is a E. And in sky, it is again yeah. So sounds, single sounds create independent. Yes, I sounds.
Yes.
But how should we clarify the doubts about these sounds and letters?
This is
As
the
a
biggest question.
as a
the most
coordinator, it is a
important
difficult
question.
problem to explain it.
So yeah, that's exactly what we are going to do today. And we will also try to understand why, it is like that. And then again, if there is any similarity, or similarity or the difference when we do the comparison with the Marathi language as well. So we will stop here. We have had number of responses. Now let's go to the next slide. So we will stop here, just stop here. So before we again go to the next activity, I will try to talk about what Davi ma'am said. She said that why is it so? Like in the word garage or garage, both the pronunciations are fine. What is the rule here, And if we don't know the rule, then how should we teach this thing into the classrooms? So now let's first deal with this issue of rules. So I would say in English language, English has incorporated words. English has borrowed words from number of different languages in the world. You know? Because of this, English has number of different rules for spellings as well, spellings and pronunciation as well. So when we accept a word from French language, some French logic will come along with the French word. And you can say the same for Greek and Latin and Spanish and even Hindi, many words like guru and pandit and sari and curry, all these words they have been borrowed from Hindi language. So if you want to teach the student the rules, then I would say it's going to be very difficult. And for every rule, there will be exceptions. There will be some cases where that particular rule is not followed, because English has some other rule over there. So in that case, I would say we need to give as much as exposure of English language to students first. That will be the first priority. Because if we again try to teach all the rules, then it's going to be very confusing our students who are still in the primary level. There might be some other teachers from UPS as well, but at this stage, teaching rules should not be the focus. But obviously, we are going to deal with this question later on as well. So let's again pay attention to the second slide now, learning by listening. And the name of the activity is let's write the words as per the sounds. So I'm going to give you one word and you have to write the spelling of that particular word. Okay. So just a minute, I'm going to give you a word. Okay, so the word that I'm going to give you, listen to the word. The word is chauffeur. The word is chauffeur. And what teachers have to do, write down the spelling of the words into the chat box. So I can already see there are some entries. Yes, Aditya Zadav sir has written the word chauffeur. He has written the correct spelling, CHAUFFEUR. Chauffeur is a common word that we use as a driver, as a synonym for driver. Like he has a chauffeur-driven car, So he has a car with a driver as well. So that's another kind of status symbol that we can say. And I can also see there are some other spellings also, the other teachers have written the spellings as per the sounds of the word. Now, we know the exact spelling, CHAUFFEUR. Vrushali ma'am has also given the same spelling, the correct one. Aditya sir, as I said, let me see some more comments. Yes, there are some, again, Priyanka ma'am has given chauffeur the correct spelling. Now, next point in the slide, please. Now, this is the question. Now, again, pay attention to the question. Now, let's imagine our own classrooms. And our students don't know the spelling of the word chauffeur. But if they have to write it according to the sound of the word, how will they write it? Let's write it in the chat box and notebook. So listen to my instructions again. What spellings students will create as per the sound of the word? So when I say chauffeur, obviously the first sound that I hear is show, fur, and r. So yeah, we have got some very good responses. Megha ma'am says SHOFAR. Gitanjali ma'am says SHOFER. Multiple varieties. I would request other teachers as well to check the comment box. There is a lot of variety of the spellings. SHOPHAR. Now that is also interesting. So show के लिए तो हम show SHO लिख रहे हैं, but for the first sound we are saying PH also. So there are teachers who have used the letter F and also other teachers who have used the combination PH. Okay, so now let's take a pause here. Teachers, they can stop writing the spellings in the comments box. Let's move on to the next slide where we have our discussion questions. Just the first point, please. Yeah, thank you. So the question for teachers, what do we understand by this activity? We have conducted two activities. In the first activity, we saw there were some English letters, and those English letters had variety of sounds in variety of words. That was the first activity. In the second activity, we saw how the word chauffeur can be written in multiple ways as per the sound of the word. Now the question is, what do we understand by this activity? And why did students come up with so many different spellings of the word chauffeur? So again, we will have responses. Just think about this first and raise your hand, and then we will have the responses. Yes, Uttar, please unmute yourself and you can speak. You don't have to write the answers in the chat box. Yes, Chandrakant sir, you would like to answer?
Yes, sir. The students come up with so many different spellings of the word shopper because their mother tongue pronunciations are different from English.
Okay.
And also, so
when
they
you say yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please continue. You were saying something. So the pronunciation is different.
Yes, from mother tongue language. If a student is in Marathi language, he has mother tongue, Marathi mother tongue. Then he try to write in Marathi pronunciation. If he listen sh, then he understand the word. He relate the sh sound as in Marathi, and so he try to write sh for sh.
Okay, now this is interesting, but we have to understand, there is no different pronunciation like Marathi pronunciation of chauffeur and English pronunciation of chauffeur.
Okay, sir.
We say that the pronunciation is chauffeur.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And there is a single
but the
word,
spellings are
single
different.
letter.
Why spellings are different?
Because there in Marathi, for pronunciation sh, there is a single word, a single letter in Marathi. But in English, there is not a single letter. We can write sh in different ways.
In different ways. Exactly. Yes. Yes. Okay. So there is another. Let's take another response. Thank you, sir. Sriniket, I can see the name. Please unmute yourself. Yes.
Hi, I'm Shahzada. It's my son's name.
Okay, no issues.
I think, okay. In Marathi language, we can say there is a different rules for the different things. Different constant rules are there in Marathi. In English, there are no rules for any spelling. Like why we use so for sh in the spelling tension, we use tion. That is,
yes.
we pronunciation and write spelling tion, and in other spelling we use sh and spelling as sh. In English language there are no rules for writing spelling for particular pronunciation. No different. There are different rules, and there is no fixed rules for any situation.
Okay,
there are
thank
many
you.
very
Okay. So ma'am says, there are the same sound can be represented by many letters and there are no fixed rules. Asmita ma'am, you have anything to add? Asmita Mane ma'am, yes. Please unmute yourself. You're on mute.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm Asmita Mane. I am working in ZT Primary School, Dhasiwadi. Because the students are unfamiliar with that word, which this word is not frequently be heard. If we tell them to write the chef, chef is the familiar word for them, but the chauffeur name is not familiar, and they are not used till now. That's why they are write them with only in their mother tongue language, and the phonetical pronunciation is also unfamiliar from our students.
Yes, okay, thank you. So Kavita Patil ma'am has said in the comments in English, language exceptions are more than the rules. So first, I would try to rearrange the articulation. When we say that English does not have any rules, so I would say that is not the case. English has the rules, but they are so large in number. And if you are a student of linguistics, when you do your post graduation, you will in linguistics part, especially if you do the specialization in phonology, you will come across all these rules. And as I said, why they are so large in number? Because English has borrowed from such a diverse variety of languages. So we'll stop here. Deepak More, sir, you have also raised your hand. You want to add something else about this?
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, yes, sir.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you're audible.
So several words are like that, like colonel, lieutenant.
Yes, yes.
British English and English, American English is different. They both countries try to do something different, like first floor or ground floor. And also you said that they borrow different words from Italian words or Greek words or Spanish words, and not about only English, sir. In Marathi, we also like that words like chaha, char. What is the rule about it? Why we use cha
Yes,
in
yes.
chaha, char, and why we use the zahaz, Jahangir? We have also that type of words in Marathi also, but main part is reading. Student or any teacher, reading part is very important in that, and for that we can use English dictionary, or we can use Google to solve this problem.
Yes,
But
so it
several
was an excellent example, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
And you have got some appreciation from Chandrakant sir as well. Nice example he's saying. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chandrakant. Thank you.
Okay, so let's continue. So as he said, in Marathi as well, there are, for example, the word Jezuri. So if you pay attention, J and Z, both the sounds of the word J are there, and I have seen many Hindi speakers, they always struggle with Jezuri, because again, just like garage, this word has two different pronunciations of J in it. And as he said, Chamsa and Ch and Tsa. So even in Chamsa, we have the Tsa, but Chammach that we have in Hindi, it uses some different pronunciation of Ch. And when we write these words, there is no, we don't have any structure to show the difference. So for example, in Hindi, we have this term called Nukta. In Nukta, we put this small dot just below the letter to show the difference of pronunciation. And in Marathi, we don't use it. So when we say English has no rules, we have certain challenges in Marathi as well. So what do we understand by this? That languages, they have their own phonology and they follow their own rules as well. So let's try to understand this further. Next point, please.
Just a minute, Saurabh sir.
Okay, yeah.
So nice example and nice conversation is going on actually. I've just a little disturbed you. Just now, Asmita Maneman says that means chauffeur word is not familiar with the students. If you ask them to write down the ship, they will be able to write down the ship because they are familiar. So what we have to learn here, what is needed from our students' point of view? What do you think? So that question arises here. Even Morisa says that we have to give more, yes, listening experience. So we have to give them more listening experience. Only listening experience is important, or what else we have to give them? For example, Morisa gives that answer, that exposure to read. So reading also very important, so that they will be able to familiar. They will be familiar with yes, conversation again important. So we have to give them exposure to read so that they will be able to familiar with those words. So that is important. So we have to learn that we have to give more and more experience to our student to listen, read, write, and speak. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks a lot, Tone ma'am, for adding some more points to the discussion. So this is, this is very interesting. And as a student of, linguistics, I mean, that was one of the reasons, because when we discuss languages, there are so many interesting things that we discuss. So if you look at the second point that we have on the PPT, with the activity we saw in English, a letter can have multiple sounds, and a sound could be represented by various letters. Now, let's read this again. A letter can have multiple sounds. Like, for example, our first activity, army, addition, air, around. All four different pronunciations of the word letter A were there. Second, a sound could be represented by various letters. Like, for example, fur could be represented by F and also by PH. In case of chauffeur, we saw the sh could be represented by CH and also by SH as well for sure. So let's go on. Next point. Next. Okay, so now we have these three questions and we have also received answer from Moresa's response as well. Do we have the same observation for Marathi as well? Yes. So he gave some examples like ch and so and z and z, as I was telling the word Jesuri. But now this is again not exactly like English. In Marathi, we say there is one-to-one correspondence between the letters and their sounds. So in Marathi, what do we say? If we look at the second question, what is the difference between the phonology of English and Marathi? And the third question, how does this affect our English language teaching? This is the most important question. Because if we say that the phonology of English and Marathi is different, then obviously when you teach the pronunciations, when you teach the sound letter correspondence, the techniques are going to be different. So I will focus on the third question. In Marathi, there is a correspondence between letter and sounds. So when we say Marathi has 52 sounds, there are 52 varna. There are 52 letters to represent those sounds. But in English, there are only 26 letters and there are 44 sounds. This is the phonology of English language. So when I say, obviously, when I say if the 44 sounds are represented by only 26 letters, a letter will have one or multiple sounds. याचा अर्थ तोच आहे, कारण 26 अक्षरांमध्ये 44 ध्वनी येत आहेत, तर एका अक्षराचा एक किंवा अनेक ध्वनी असणार. Okay, now third question, how does this affect our English language teaching? So I would like to have responses on this particular question. So if anyone has any very precise and sharp answer, I would like to have. If there is a difference in phonology of English and Marathi, how does this affect our English language teaching? What should we do in our classrooms exactly, to address this challenge? Many students, they are not able to read in English. Even if they go to high school, they are not able to read. Yes, More sir, would you like to answer?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, you're audible, sir.
First and very important thing is that teacher should learn it clearly, and then he can tell the student the correct pronunciation of that word.
Okay. So when you say the teacher should learn, so what do you mean exactly? What should we learn?
One sec, sir. I want to say that teacher will study well the several words. Teacher must be studied first, and then tell their student, teach their student, because wrong pronunciation can be effect on their language, very bad effect.
Yes.
So teacher
Yes,
should know
yes.
the correct pronunciation of the word first, and that's why he will study hard for that.
Okay, okay. So yes, so is there any other response, any other teacher who would
But
like to?
I'm sorry to say that, but I was in different several teachers that they don't know the correct pronunciation, but they teach their student. Okay, it's okay. This is teach. No, don't tell the wrong pronunciation in front of the student.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Indrayani Gaikwad, ma'am, would you like to add something? Please unmute yourself.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you're clearly audible.
Yes, sir. To improve pronunciation, for this, we have a program, Read to Me.
Ma'am, please talk a bit louder. You know, you are barely audible.
Okay, sir. To improve
A bit louder, please.
pronunciation. Okay, sir?
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
To improve our pronunciation, teachers as well as students, so government gave us a program, Read to Me.
Okay.
Read to Me. This is a program. It is very nice program for student and teacher, how to pronounce each and every word, and as well as same meaning words in that program.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot. We will have one more response. Durga Deshpande, ma'am. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, how does this affect our English language teaching? This is the question. I think yes, it affects our English language teaching. While writing the spelling and its pronunciation, in V and W, these sounds W and V. If we teach proper pronunciation at that letter, then we get the proper spelling. It means, sir, it means when we speak the word, the sound is necessary, and proper sound is necessary for teaching and reading and writing the spelling of that word. I think yes, it affects the English language teaching.
Okay, okay. So thank you. Thanks a lot again for the response. I'm just trying to give, opportunities to teachers who have not spoken yet. Okay. So we have had a number of responses, but just looking at the time, I will hold other teachers who have also raised their hands. Now, how do we summarize this? Okay. Now, the multiple responses said that it's about the pronunciation. We have to teach them pronunciation. It's the effect of their mother tongue. Let's understand this. This is not about the pronunciation. When I say how does this affect our English language teaching, first let's try to understand how we teach the Marathi letters and their sounds. When I teach the letter K, I only teach the identification and I don't have to teach the sound separately, because the letter of that particular sound K is inherent is built in. It comes along with the letter. So we don't teach the sound separately in Marathi, because in Marathi, for each letter, there is a sound, and for each sound, there is a letter. So in Marathi, you already know we say this, Marathi जशी बोलतो तशीच लिहितो, आणि जशी लिहितो तशीच बोलतो, because there is a one-to-one correspondence. In English, there is no one-to-one correspondence. In English, 26 letters have 44 sounds. So in our classroom, how does this affect our English language teaching? Unless and until we teach students the sounds of the 26 letters, students, they will not be able to read. So ते त्यांना एक्सप्लिसिटली शिकवावे लागतील. मराठीमध्ये अक्षराबरोबर ध्वनी येतो, इंग्लिशमध्ये तसं होत नाहीये. एका अक्षराचे अनेक ध्वनी आहेत. त्या प्रत्येक अक्षराचे अनेक ध्वनी त्यांना शिकवावे लागतील. ते झाल्यानंतर काय होईल? आय थिंक students will be able to read. Obviously, if the student does not know the sounds of the letters, he will not be able to read them. He will not be able to decode them. So now let's stop here. Let's move on to the next part. Now we have another activity. I have given you one question. Facilitator will ask teachers to write the names of rivers, mountains, educationists in chat box notebook. So this educationist part, please hold on to it. Atta tala rahu dya. I want you to write down the rivers and mountains that we have in either Maharashtra or in India. So any river or any mountain, just write down the name in comment box. So Ganga, okay, Himalaya, Sahyadri, Godavari, Krishna, Bhima, Tapi, Narmada, Panchaganga, Godavari, Mula, Parsubai, okay, Mutha, Tapi, Satpura, okay, Savitri, Meena, Meera Nadi, okay, that's good. Indrayani, Yeldari, Chandrabhaga, Kukdi, again Kukdi's दोन spelling आलेत. Koina, Saraswati, Gunjavani, अच्छा, Mandvi, Satpura, okay, that's the entry I was looking for. Brahmaputra is also very good. Okay. Vaitarna, okay, that's a different entry. Sindhu पण लिहिलंय. Okay. Vainaganga, Kaveri, Pravara. Okay. Okay, so we have had number of responses. Now, what we did here, Karha Nadi, okay. Vasna, Pravara. Okay, we have got Sharayu. We have got enough number of responses. Yes, Ghodh Nadi. Okay, let's stop here, okay. Now, question for teachers, okay. Let's see the question. So when I said to you, write down the names of the rivers, okay. So तुम्हाला त्यावेळेस अनेक नद्यांची नावं माहिती होती आणि ती नावं तुम्ही चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये लिहिली. अर्थातच या सगळ्या you did not know the spellings of all the rivers and the mountain ranges in India. So when I say to you, write down the word Vainaganga, many of you did not know the spelling, okay. एक सरांनी प्रश्न विचारलाय, विनोद सर, what about the educationist? We will come to it, sir. Just wait. So when the first question, what knowledge did we use while writing these words in English? So when someone says Vainaganga, what knowledge did we use? And the second question is, how did we know which letters to use for particular sound in a word? These are the two questions. कुणी सांगितलं आपल्याला हे असं वैनगंगा असं लिहायचं? एक रिस्पॉन्स आलाय, 14 खडी. ओके, कविता पाटील मॅम सेज मराठी आणि इंग्लिश 14 खडी. सो मला प्रोसेस सांगा. आय एम इंटरेस्टेड इन प्रोसेस. लेट्स टेक फॉर एक्झाम्पल वैनगंगा. ओके, can someone unmute and tell me how did you create the spelling for Vainaganga? Yes, Rajeshri ma'am.
Yes, sir. We use Vai. In Marathi, we says Vai, and we write in English VAI. Vai.
Vai. Okay. And for Ganga?
And when we write to Ganga, that time we use GAN. AN we use. अनुस्वारासाठी आपण AN यूज करतो किंवा AM यूज करतो.
So we have a name in for this process in English. What is the name of this process? Yes, Dhobre sir, would you like to answer? Sachin Dhobre sir.
Yes, sir. It's a coding
Hola.
or decoding. That means when we says that wo, then the sound of wo is related to English letter V. So we write it
Okay.
V, and then when in Marathi ek kana दोन मात्रे. So the sound of that AI. So we says it VAI, and then
Yes.
as ma'am says anuswar. So for the anuswar, the sound is pronounced N. So we write the letter N. N related with N. This is the process.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, sir. And I can see some comments as well. Jyoti ma'am म्हणतात अक्षर आणि आवाज यानुसार. Vaishali Kumbar ma'am says vowels and consonant recognition. One comment says as per Marathi sound. Shubhangi Kopde ma'am says. Okay, that is also interesting. Swati Pawar ma'am says translation of Marathi to English sounds. So I would say translation of the sounds to the English language. Now my question, the second question that I asked to Dobre sir, what is the process called, And if you look at the title of this slide, you will see learning by speaking coding. So this is a coding process, this is not the decoding process. They are both opposite. So coding, we have opposite decoding. So in the coding process, let's move on to the next point of this slide. Yes, the process of listening to a sound and representing it in a language script, because language script is a code. So we listen to the sound. जसा मी तुम्हाला एक sound सांगितला वैनगंगा. बनवा spelling कसं बनवलं? Why, for the Y sound, we know there's some certain letters which can represent the Y sound. So आपण ते लिहिले. So एखादा ध्वनी किंवा शब्द ऐकून तो स्क्रिप्ट मध्ये लिहिणे त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो? Coding. I can see there is a question. There is no activity in any book on coding and decoding. So initially, when you started the session, we saw that जे निपुण भारतचं डॉक्युमेंट आहे त्यात कोडिंग ती एक टर्म होती. आपण वाटलं त्याला परत बघू शकतो. But this is the process, this is the, when you listen to a sound, to represent कसा करायचा script मध्ये, that process is called coding. Now let's go on to the next slide. Just stop here. एक त्याच्या आधी मागच्या स्लाइडवरची गोष्ट राहिली की मी तुम्हाला सांगतोय दोन एज्युकेशनिस्टची नावे, Vygotsky and Piaget, and I would request you to write down their spellings in the chat box. Vygotsky and Piaget, these are two very famous educationists, and if you can write down their spellings. Yes, the word is Vygotsky and Piaget. They are different. Reena Soni ma'am has said, please repeat, Vygotsky and Piaget. Okay, so we have some correct entries as well. We have some entries which are following the sound as well. And also Nikita Shitole ma'am has written Vygotsky, yes. So I will just request you to do some Google search on these two educationists and what is their contribution to education as well. आत्ता आपण इथे थांबूयात. त्याचा पण उद्देश हाच होता की एक ध्वनी, एक नाव जे आपल्या भाषेतलं नाहीये, when we listen to that surname, how can we write it in English language? And we deliberately chose the names whose spelling we did not know. So that was just the part of the activity. Let's move on to the next activity now. आत्ता इथे आपण बघितलं की कोडिंग काय आहे. We listen to a word and then we try to write it, we try to represent it through the script. Now I want some volunteers. On the slide, you can see learning by speaking, decoding. Let's read the following words. So please raise your hand and read the first word. Vinod Musmuse sir, would you like to try? Yes, sir. Please go on. You are not audible. तुमचा आवाज येत नाहीये, sir. Come on, we have 191 participants in this call, and I can see only similar names whenever I ask for a response. Deepak More sir and Rajeshri ma'am, please hold. Please hold. I want some other teachers to respond. Vinod sir, you are not audible. Who is next? Yes, Ganesh Borse. Please unmute yourself, sir.
Okay. Just read those words, na?
Ha, yes, first word.
Nincompoop, biodegradability, abibliophobia, juggernaut, abecedarian, biblioclep, psychosomatic.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, sir. बरेच शब्द सरांनी वाचलेले आहेत. Let's listen to one more teacher. गणेश वाढे सर, प्लीज अनम्यूट युअरसेल्फ. तुम्ही पण एकदा वाचा. आवाज येत नाहीये सर तुमचा.
Abibliophobia.
Okay.
Hello, hello.
हाँ बोला
Can
सर.
you listen me?
Please repeat.
Nincompoop, biodegradability, abibliophobia, juggernaut, abecedarian, biblioclep, psychosomatic, hullabaloo.
Hullabaloo. Okay. Fayyaz Mulani sir, let's have your response and then we will move on to the discussion.
Nincompoop, biodegradability, abibliophobia.
Yes.
Juggernaut, abecedarian, biblioclep, psychosomatic, hullabaloo.
Okay. Now there is a question. I would like to request Mitwa, please go back a bit. Just the question will do. Okay, no issues. Just let it be. Okay. So now we have a question for teachers. How did we know how to read these words? So obviously we did not know how to read these words. Okay. And there might be some teachers who must have read these words before, but I would say these are very, we don't come across these words regularly. So if you look at the third word, a bibliophobia. Now this is a very, I guess it's kind of phobia where you're afraid of something. But the question was, how did we know how to read these words? And look at the teacher's responses. They were so quick in reading these words. Even though the words were unfamiliar, they were so quick. And as I can understand, they were so quick because they knew the letters and their sounds. So when I have to read this word, biblioclept, I know the sound of each letter, B, L, K, L, E, P, T. So as Rupali ma'am is also saying, with the help of phonics and practice, practice is very important. And Rajeshri ma'am is also saying reading practice. Obviously, it's not just reading, it's also about the listening as well. So now let's look at the last point on the slide. We knew the sound of each letter in language script, code, because all these letters, they are code. They are just code, they are script. And we know the sound of each letter. So when we put them together, we were able to read the words. This process is called decoding. So these are the two different processes. First, we saw the coding. In coding, what do? We listen to the sound, any sound. It could be from, as I said, it could be from Marathi, English, German, French. And we can try to create the spelling of that particular sound, that particular word. That process is coding. you codify the sound. In the decoding process, we do exactly opposite. We already have the code in front of us, but when we read, we know the sound of the letters. And when we combine them together, we are able to pronounce the word. So this is the decoding, coding and decoding. So we will stop here and we will move on to the next part.
I want to say something.
Yes, ma'am, please. Yes, ma'am, please.
Yeah. Yeah, your session is going on. I'm just disturbing for one point only. Uh, Please rename your name so that I will have your cluster name too. Which clusters tag coordinators are here on this platform. So I want to see that. So please rename your name as your name, your cluster name, and your taluka name. I think all of you knew the procedure, how to rename your name. Do you know the procedure? I think all of you knew that. So please rename your name. First write your name, then your cluster name, and then your taluka name. Thank you very much. And sorry too.
Okay, so let's continue. So what ma'am was saying, the name that is visible to us in Google, in Zoom attendance.
Don't write in chat. I don't want your name in chat. Actually, I want your name in your chat. Shall I show you how to rename? Go to the participant. There you will find your name, find a participant. Your name will be there. For example, here my name is Suvarna. Suvarna Torne here. So here, there I'll go and you will see 3 points there. You just click on it. You will find rename. Then you can rename your name there.
Yes, so let's take a minute or two to do this because there are certain issues. And when we look at your names, then again, some teachers, they have connected through their children's names. Okay. So it's very difficult for us to track the attendance of the meeting. So just go to the participants list. You will find at the top your own name. Right next to your name, there are 3 dots. Click on the 3 dots. There is an option to rename yourself. So as ma'am said, add all the 3 details in your name.
Tell them to write in chat.
Okay, if it's taking a lot of time, okay, then again, what we can do, write in the chat box as well. Next time when you connect to the meeting, make sure you follow this pattern. Your name, cluster, and taluka. That should be the format. Okay, we will move on. Let's go to the next part of our session, learning by reading. And I want a volunteer who will read this first page. So Megha ma'am, would you like to try?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Can I read now?
Yes, please go on.
As someone living in India, we know multiple languages, and these languages have a variety of sounds. Phonology is a scientific study of sounds found in a particular language. Is it possible that some sounds in a language might be missing in another? Do we find the others? Do we find the sounds n, or l in English language? How many vowels, swar, and consonants, vyanjan, are there in Marathi? And what about English? They are same in both the languages. If the numbers are different, does it have any effect on the method of teaching English versus the method of teaching Marathi? As the teacher, it is helpful to know about this. Let us understand the phonology of English. Can I continue? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, please continue.
It is often said that Indian languages are spoken the way that are written and vice versa. For the most part, the written word and its pronunciation go hand in hand. But the word live in the English could be pronounced as live or leave. Similarly, p, a, the word would be put, but k, a, t could be cut. What could be the reason for this? Linguists believe that in case of Indian languages, mostly there is a one-to-one correspondence in letters and their sounds. Thus, while teaching children how to read, we often teach the letters and no explicit teaching of sounds is necessary as sound is inherent in the letter. But in English, there are 26 letters and 44 speech sounds. In other words, a letter can have one or more sounds, and this has to be explicitly taught to students without the knowledge of letters and their respective sounds. Children will surely struggle to read the English language.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, ma'am. So as we can see from the first page, what does this article say, the first page of the article? These are some of the points that we have discussed already, through the number of different activities. We will focus on the last part of this, the first page. Without the knowledge of letters and their respective sounds, children will surely struggle to read the English language. And there was also some remarks about the difference in Marathi and English. In Marathi, sound is not taught separately. It is built in the letter. It is not different from the pronunciation of that particular letter. But in case of English, the sounds have to be explicitly taught to students. Okay. This is the summary of the first page. Let's go on to the second page. And I'm going to read it myself because we are running a bit short on time. Okay, so now we know, let's read the second page. Now we know that developing the awareness of letters and their sounds, phonics, is crucial. But at what age should children know this? Let's see what NCERT has to say about this. NCERT has set a learning outcome regarding this in class 1. Students will be able to recognize letters and their sounds A to Z. In classrooms, we make sure that students are able to identify and write English letters, but equal emphasis should be given to their sounds as well, due to the nature of English phonology compared to Marathi. Remember, an English letter can have one or multiple sounds. Our continuous challenge with teaching students how to read English has its root in this process. Now, how do we do it? It is essential that during foundational stages, students are taught to identify the letters as well as their sounds. So this is my observation. हे मी अनेक वेळा बघितलेलं आहे की लेटर्स, अक्षर ओळखणे आणि लिहिणे याच्यावर आपण खूप फोकस करतो, पण त्या अक्षराचा ध्वनी काय आहे ती गोष्ट कधी कधी मागे राहून जाते. So once the letter sound association is established, it is necessary to give ample practice to students to try to create spellings for words in their surroundings. Coding, जी आपण आता बघितली, जिथे आपण नद्यांची नावं लिहिली. As well as breaking the written words in letters and pronouncing them, decoding, जे आपण निनकंपूप आणि बिब्लिओफोबिया ह्याच्यामध्ये केलं. सो कोडिंग आणि डिकोडिंग दोन्हीची प्रॅक्टिस करणं गरजेचं आहे. The continuous practice of coding decoding will help our children understand the logic we use while writing down what we hear and reading what has already been written. So this is the end of the article. The article is also included in the PPT, and it emphasizes why this particular practice is necessary. Which practice? When you tell them any word, they should be able to create the spelling of the word. They should understand the logic that we use to create the spelling as per the sound and letter correspondence. Second, Also, some practice should be given. We will give them unfamiliar words. This is very important. The word should be unfamiliar, just like the nincompoop and biodegradability. And students will break them and then they will try to read it. This is the process we call coding and decoding, which is very important to read in English, to read and write in English. So let's move on, learning by reading. Let's go to the next slide. And this particular part, we are discussing the classroom connect. Okay. So as you already know, we have these 4 parts of our session. First one was learning by listening. The second one was learning by speaking. Then we read the article, learning by reading. And this learning by reading part has another sub part, which is called classroom connect. So now we have 3 different activities here, which the teachers are supposed to conduct in their own classrooms. So when you will facilitate your tag meetings, you will instruct teachers about these 3 activities. There are 5 activities. On this slide, we have 3 activities. On the next slide, we have other 2 activities. So first, let's understand the 3 activities. First activity is letter cards. And we have also got some photographs of these, activities as well. So don't worry. So what do we do in letter cards? Students will just create letter cards under teacher supervision. As I say, again and again, you don't have to create the TLMs. Students will create under teacher's observation or supervision. Front side of letter card will be in capital and back side in small case. Multiple sets could be created and they should be used to develop अर्थात वापर कसा करायचा आहे. They should be used to develop correspondence between letters and sounds, create spellings of fruits, animals, vegetables, and other lesson or poem specific words from the textbook. So we will look at the image later on. The second activity is letter charts. हे पण कुणाला बनवायचे? मुलांना बनवायचे. They will create letter charts under the teacher's supervision. काय करतो आपण त्याच्यात? Chart, draw an English letter in the center and draw the objects whose name starts with the same letter. Such letter charts could be made for all 26 letters. तिसरी activity आहे flip books and sliders. हे कशासाठी उपयोगी येतात? These are useful for early readers to learn to read 3 or 4 or 5 letter words. So I will show you. Next slide, please. So as you can see, these are the first 2 images. Focus on the first 2 images. You can see some letter cards. And in the second image below, you can see the child has made the word computer with the help of letter cards. Now, this is a very important TLM in classrooms, in English classroom especially. Letter cards so important that we cannot imagine any English classroom without letter cards. जे तुमच्या वर्गात शाळेमध्ये जर लेटर कार्ड्स नसतील तर त्याला इंग्लिश क्लासरूम म्हणता येणार नाही, एवढे ते महत्त्वाचे आहेत. So what do we do? Letter cards मध्ये first side we have the letter written in capital, and on the back side we write the same letter in small case. How do we use them in our classrooms? To establish the letter sound correspondence. And then you can also have some competitions, like there are 2 sets and 2 students, and then we ask them to create the word entertainment using the letters. So जो पहिला बनवेल तो जिंकला. असा एक खूप सोपा गेम आहे हा. तुम्ही अनेक वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारे इमॅजिन करू शकता. The second letter charts, refer to the pink images. What we have there, we have written the letter T in the center. And then we have written all the objects that start with the sound T. Tap, telephone, tire, tape, time, 10, tree, and tractor. So there is a blend as well, blend of T and R sound. All of them, they start with this letter T. Next, we have the F, flag, fan, fountain, factory, fruits, and so on. So obviously all these were made, as you can see by the drawings, these were made by the students and not the teacher. And what will be the first step? We can create these for all the 26 letters of English language. I would request you to create the charts and paste them on some cardboard so that they are portable and they can be taken from any class that you want. त्यांना कुठेही घेऊन जाऊ शकाल जर तुम्ही पुठ्ठ्यावर त्यांना चिटकवलं तर. The third TLM that we talked about is flipbook. So as you can see in the image below, in the middle column, part, and there is also the another flipbook, rat. So 80 is the word which is written at the base. And then we have some chits where there are multiple consonants like rat, pat, hat, cat. These are also about the rhyming words as well, you know. So why these are again important? The flip books, they are important for early readers to read the 3-letter words, 4-letter words, 5-letter words. So we have got plenty of examples of these, and I will surely post these images in the tag coordinators WhatsApp group as well. So tikde jara laksha theva. Can we see the video, Mitva? Okay, so as you can see, this is again a letter card. The front side is in capital. Can we have it again one more time? Yes, the front is capital and the back side is in small case. And again, obviously, you will give opportunities to students, you know, to create words as per the sound, and you can do the coding and decoding both the practices. So let's move on to the next activity, which the teachers are supposed to conduct in their classrooms. This is activity 4 and activity 5. We conducted them in the session itself today. So इथे करायचे काय की teacher will take some common Marathi words, you know, common Marathi words, names of rivers and mountains, and you can refer to other words as well. Marathi विशेषण काहीही तुम्ही घेऊ शकता. What you have to ask students, how can we write these words in English? So आपण आता जसं केलं, we wrote the spellings of number of rivers and mountains. Students will try to create spelling. Like if I give them the river Vainaganga, what will be the spelling of Vainaganga? Teacher is not supposed to give answers, okay, here, and we have to build the discussion with students. हे खूप महत्वाचं आहे इथे. Teacher should not give them ready-made answers, but the teacher will discuss them with students. And if there is a lot of confusion, that is also fine. So for example, Vainaganga, if the student uses the letter W, you know, it is fine because students at this level, they are not supposed to know the difference. त्याचा काय linguistics मध्ये काय difference आहे. It's fine. कारण if there is doubt, there will be learning. So the confusion, doubt, discussion, these are all parts of the learning process. And we will obviously, we need them as much as possible. So discuss them with teacher, with the students, and give them ample practice of creating spellings for the sounds they hear, which we call the coding process. The second activity is about the decoding. Read words, living room, entertainment, calendar. Again, discrimination, globalization. We have tried to include words which might be unfamiliar to students, which might be difficult for students, but they have to be difficult, okay? They don't have to be easy. Now, let's look at the notes. These both the activities, they could be done every day for 10 minutes before the start of the lesson. For spellings of Marathi words, do not focus on spellings being right or wrong. Make sure that students learn the logic, okay? This is important. Again, for activity 5, do not select easy English words. Students already know they should be difficult and challenging. And the objective वही है जो decoding और coding की हमने अभी बात की थी. Write words as per the sounds we hear and read the words that we have already written. So these are the 5 activities. When you will conduct the same tag meeting for your teachers, these 5 activities you have to explain to your teachers, because this is the classroom connect. So when this tag meetings are conducted in field, at least these 5 activities should be completed in all the schools, and obviously of your own schools as well, because you are also a teacher in one of the schools. Okay then?
Saurabh sir, I think we should ask teachers because they are having a lot of activities with them, and as they are working at field level, so they are having some activities with them. So we will give them platform to share their ideas, their activities. Okay. So I request all the teachers, those tech coordinators who didn't speak yet.
Yes, Rajeshri ma'am, please share your activities that you conduct in your school.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, we are going to take a nice activity of English that we gave student a big spelling and tell them to make more spellings from that big spelling.
Yes, yes, yes. That is also an interesting activity. So which class do you conduct this activity with?
From second standard to fourth standard.
Okay. Okay.
And
So
response
are
is
your
very nice. They make 40, 50 words from that spelling.
and they are
And
also able to read them, the
yes,
words
sir.
they have
Yes, sir.
created?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because of practice, sir.
Yeah, this is very important. So I can assume that most of the students in your class, they don't have any issues with reading. They
Yes,
can
sir.
read
Yes, sir.
English text.
Yes, sir. They
Okay.
can read that big spelling also, sir.
Very good, very good, excellent. And what is the
And
frequency
this
when you
activity is
conduct
our
this
cluster
activity?
activity. This activity is our cluster activity.
Okay.
All that is 8 schools taken that activity, sir, in same time.
Very good. Yes. And what is the frequency? I'm talking about the frequency of conducting this activity in school, like every day, every week.
Every day means we gave that spelling by school from the all the schools teachers gave daily one spelling, sir.
Daily one spelling. Okay.
Daily one spelling.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot for sharing. Let's go to Megha Lore, ma'am, from Varu Mawar. And please share your activity.
Sir, I just take an activity of word game like Antakshari.
Okay. Please
Antakshari
tell us
like
the
word game.
process.
Actually, we take one word like apple or APPLE. The last letter is E. So, so then next word will be started from E.
E. Okay.
Like a food chain or Antakshari.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah. Fine.
students will be
Fine.
familiar with more words and okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Deshpande, ma'am, would you like to add?
हो सर, मी एक थोडक्यात सांगते. आता पहिली वर्ग जेव्हा माझ्याकडे आला तेव्हा फोनिक्स नुसार आम्ही मुलांना लिहिण्यासाठी आणि वाचण्यासाठी सुरुवात केली. मग फर्स्ट साठी फक्त कॅपिटल आणि स्मॉल लेटर आणि त्यांचे साऊंड हे आम्ही मुलांचे अगदी परफेक्ट केले. आणि नुसता एचा हा साऊंड नाही केला तर एचा साऊंड अ पण होतो, ए पण होतो. असे वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे वर्ड आम्ही मुलांकडनं घेतले. तर इयत्ता पहिलीला ही ऍक्टिव्हिटी केल्यानंतर हळूहळू त्याच्या स्टेप वाढवल्या. मग 2 लेटर वर्ड, 2 लेटर वर्ड मध्ये आता TO टूचा जो उच्चार आहे तो मुलं त आणि ओ असं करतात. म्हणजे इथं सुद्धा तिथे त्यांना सांगितलं की फोनिक्स नुसार काही वर्डचा उच्चार हा वेगळा होतो. 2 लेटर वर्ड, देन 3 लेटर वर्ड, अप टू 5 लेटर वर्ड, देन suffix and prefix. We add suffix and prefix. By reading this type of words, they read easily. Read easily with lot of words. For this, we use the spellwell book. आम्ही काय केलं मग 5 लेटर पर्यंत त्याच्यानंतर जे सफिक्स आणि प्रिफिक्स आहेत ते ऍड केल्यानंतर मुलांना मोठमोठे वर्ड जसं की MENT मेंट, ING इन, TURE चर, TIOUS हिअस अशा प्रकारचे शब्द हे सुद्धा घेतले. तर सिलॅबिफिकेशन करून मुलं छोटं वर्ड त्यांना वाचता येते आणि हे प्रिफिक्स आणि सफिक्स हे ऍड केल्यानंतर अगदी मोठे वर्ड सुद्धा मुलं सहज वाचायला लागलेत. त्यामुळे स्पेलिंग आणि रिडिंग हे इझी जाते सर आम्ही केलेला हा उपक्रम.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, ma'am. And I can see some comments in the chat box as well. Madhura Pandit ma'am says there is one activity where students have to find the hidden word from the given word, as many possible. And Shitole ma'am is also saying that she takes the anagram activity. Okay. So yeah, there are multiple activities that we can use, but I guess the objective is to develop the phonological awareness of students that there are certain sounds, and the sounds, they can be represented by the letters. And this is a very common challenge, in case of English language, that students are not able to read. And that is the reason in this session we are, this is a very common challenge, we are trying to discuss how we can find a solution for this. So let's move on to the next part, and where I guess it's time for learning by watching. So we are going to watch a video. So requesting Mitva to please go to the video.
Karan.
So just a minute, we are watching a video.
Friends, good morning, sir. Today we are going to learn a new technique of reading. We know that we have to read many words, but in that words some letters have many sounds. That means there is a letter A. So can you tell me the sounds of A in Marathi? One by one. Gauri? A. Vignesh? A. One more? A. These are multiple sounds of a letter A. Okay. Then some letters having only one sound, one type of sound. That means, for example, what is the sound of P? Can anyone tell? P. What is the sound of K? K. That means you have to recognize the letters and its sounds. With the help of that sounds, we can read the words. Let's see some words. Now we are going to learn a new words. You can read that words very easily. Can you tell me any word? Amruta? Sing. S-I-N-G is a sing. How can we read this? S is so and ing is in. So we can see it as a sing. In this way, R and ing is become ring. K and ing become king. Sw and ing become swing. And W is a w and ing become wing. Very good. We are having many group of letters. With the help of that group of letters, we can understand or we can recognize the sound of that group of letters, and the basic word we already knew that, so we can read a big word very easily. Let's try some example. Ing is a one group of letters. Ing in. Then ful is full. Then another one is NESS. Ness. Another one is LY. It's a knee. So today we are going to see some words. Tell me what is this? Running. In this, RUN is a run. RUN is run. N is run, and when another N is there and ing is there, so we can identify the word running. There is another word. It's a joining. Means we knew the word join and then joining. So the group of letters is join and ing, it becomes a joining. Okay, this is the example of ing letter. Then another example we will see, full. It's a full. Can you read this word? Hell. It is a hell. So if there will be full, then the word becomes hell and full. Helpful. This is the word. It's so big word. Okay. So we have to first cut it into a small pieces. How can we cut it? It's a mind, full, and ness. Then how can we read it? Mindfulness. The word becoming mindfulness. Okay? So this is, in this way we can read any word. For
Okay,
that
requesting
word,
Mitwa to
we
please
have
stop
to
the video.
identify that sound.
Okay, so in the last part of the video, teacher discusses also the letters that he has chosen, ly, and but as we are running a bit short on time, it's almost 1:40. We already have 20 minutes left. We will stop here, and now let's discuss the video. When we observe the video, we can discuss about the process, what the students are doing, and what went well, and if you have any suggestions about the video. So requesting teachers to raise their hands and share their responses for these 4 questions for the video that we just saw. So can someone please tell what was happening in the video? What the process was going on? Yes, Rajeshri ma'am.
So teacher practicing students the spellings and also rhyming words like sing, ring, wing. And
Okay.
also, if there may be any big spelling, that time we have to break that spelling like a small spellings, and then we can take practice of reading big spellings.
Okay, so and also now I have one question. We discussed 2 practices, coding and decoding. So
Yes,
what
sir.
the practice was going on in this video?
Coding, sir.
Is it coding or decoding?
I think it's coding, sir.
Okay, Vinod sir, you have also raised hand. Vinod sir has raised hand multiple times, but I am not able to listen to him. Mohini Gaikwad ma'am. Yes, would you like to answer?
Yes, sir. Hello. Reading is always a decoding. Hello.
Hello. Yes, yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Reading is always decoding.
Decoding.
Hello.
Decoding.
Okay, Vinod sir, please continue.
Hello. I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
It's a decoding because the teacher is the long words is bifurcated in small words.
Yes.
And small words are pronunciated firstly. After then, small words pronunciation is accumulate, and after then
Yes.
the long words is pronounced in sequence.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. So as I can see,
Mindfulness in
yes.
these words, mindfulness. Firstly, it's bifurcated in mind, full, and ness. After then,
Yes.
mind. Firstly, pronunciated first words mind. After then, full. After then, ness. And then
Yes. Hmm.
total words mindfulness is pronunciated.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Vinod,
The
sir.
decoding method used in reading.
Yes, yes. So as we can saw, the code was already written on the blackboard, है ना? जो जो स्क्रिप्ट लिखा था वो पहले से ही लिखा हुआ है. What we are just doing here that students
So
they
it's
know
a
the
coding.
sound of each letter. Yes, and therefore we were doing the practice of decoding in this particular video. Now I have one question. Like, if the process has to change to coding, जे आपण आता कोडिंग पण डिस्कस केलं त्या प्रोसेस मध्ये काय झालं असते आज वर्गात कॅन एनीवन आन्सर दिस क्वेश्चन
Each and every students प्रत्येक मुलगा त्याची काय म्हणजे क्रिएटिव्हिटी वापरून तो वर्डच प्रोनाउन्सिएशन करू शकला असता.
अच्छा ओके थँक्यू सर मेघा मॅम
Hello.
yes
In
ma'am
coding process, first you have to pronounce a word, and then after you have to write on blackboard.
exactly thank you thanks a lot ma'am
Thank
so
you.
for example the word that he was teaching to students was mindfulness but in the decoding it was already written on the board and he helped students break it and then pronounce it बट इन द कोडिंग प्रोसेस उलटी प्रोसेस झाली असती त्यावेळेस सरांनी असं सांगितलं असतं कदाचित लिसन टू द वर्ड केअरफुली विच वर्ड माइंडफुलनेस and now let's create a spelling let's try to put the sounds into letters so for example mind that would be the first part where students would tell the letters like m mind so mind then mindful so in again in case of full some students might say ful some students might say full and if they are on very basic level they might also say phul full phul is also fine but then we have to discuss it what is the accepted spelling accepted spelling or the established spelling because also in case of chauffeur we saw there can be multiple ways you can write it but usually we say that only one spelling is correct why we say is correct because that's the established one that is the accepted by large number of people so but once students understand the logic they are not afraid of english language so our objective is to have discussion with students as much as possible and then let them know the correlation between the letters and sounds. And how do we establish this correlation? Through a continuous practice of two processes that are coding and decoding. Okay, so I guess we will go ahead, and this is again a time where we have the poll. And first we will have the poll and then I will hand over the session to Torne ma'am for further instructions. Today, we also have another member from Open Links Foundation, Mr. Bhairav. He is also going to inform us about the processes that are related with the Vinoba app. So first we will have the poll. I will request Aishwarya to please launch the poll. And after the poll, then we will summarize the session and then we will go to Torne ma'am for further instructions.
Saurabh sir, before poll, I think we need to have more discussion on video. Actually, I would like to listen from Doble sir who has created this video. What was his idea? What was his thinking? And what he wants to say regarding this video? Doble sir is there? He is one of the TAC coordinator. He is the teacher from Zilla Parishad Ghumche. So I'm really wants to say thanks to him that he created this video and give us for discussion. Okay, Dhobale sir, do you want to say something?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Please go on.
Hello. I want.
Sir, your voice is not clear. Hello, आवाज येत नाहीये sir तुमचा नीट.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Hello.
yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you're audible now.
Yes, sir. The main theme was there that any word we can decode in a small part in letters. We should be identify the sounds of group of letters, and with the help of that group of letters, we can identify the sound and join all the sounds and making a meaningful word, reading a meaningful word. That was my idea. So if anyone want to ask any question, then I can give answer.
Yes, and I think one more point he take care here, means precaution was taken by him that only he took sixth standard and he took all the words, means whatever words he has used in his video. I think all those words are available in the text. So student is little bit familiar with that words, so he has taken that precaution too, and sixth standard students are taken. Okay, so this way we can teach our student, it means every student will be able to read if he understand how to break the words and how to pronounce the words, how to give, means how to articulate every word. So once he understand the articulation, how to articulate the word, he will be able to read out whole text. Okay, understanding part is different one, but at least he will read out the sentences, means word. We can start with the words, sentences, and everything. So this way we will make our students means little bit convenient, easy to read. Okay. Anybody else wants to ask some question? Any question? Any query? No question? Okay, then we will have poll and afterwards we will have discussion. Reflection part is there and some more points are there. So we will have that kind of reflection afterwards. Poll.
Okay, so I can see the poll. Please pay attention. There is a pop out on your screen. And there are 4 questions only. Please give your responses. First question is, how useful did you find the training for conducting the tag meeting? I could see one comment in the chat box that please share the PPT. Yes, just like previous time, we will share every content with you. All the content like the PPT, also the audio and also the video will be shared with you. The reading article is already included in the PPT. So it will be shared. Bankar sir says, Kaslas आवाज येत नाहीये. Sir, I would request you to move to the different location. Maybe there is some connectivity issue. So please answer the pop-out poll questions, which you can see on your screen. These are very important for us because as per the feedback, we try to make the session interactive, participatory in nature, and this feedback is really important for us.
Sorry, sir, but we are unable to submit the poll.
I can also see some comments. Teachers are saying very useful. session, very good session. The poll response are not working, Mohini ma'am is saying. Okay, so I guess in 10 seconds, Aishwarya can close the poll. We have had number of responses from teachers.
Shall I end it? Shall I end the poll?
Yes, you can end the poll now. Okay, so now there is another comment which says, please share the recording with us. Yes, as you know, the session was streamed live on YouTube. So please go to the Diet's channel on YouTube. You can search Diet Pune on YouTube, and there you will find the session already there, when we stop the streaming of the session. Okay then.
Even
Okay then.
YouTube link is given there on our group.
Yes, Bankar sir, the YouTube link is also there. Parvate Bhairavnath Parvate sir is saying, please inform us a day before when meeting, so we will be able to arrange earplugs.
Okay, we will take care of it.
We will take care of it. Okay, thank you for this is the reason why feedback is so important. So if you have any questions and queries, because this is a very large scale model that we are working on, 300 tag coordinators will be conducting the meetings in their respective locations. So any issue, any problem you have, please also post it in your groups as well. We have a dedicated WhatsApp group for that. And so I will just next slide, please. We will go to the summary, and then I will hand over the session to Torne ma'am. So in a nutshell, if we discuss what did we discuss today, as you know, we discussed the phonological awareness of English language. We also discussed what is the difference between the phonology of Marathi and English. And because English has 26 letters and 44 sounds, we have to explicitly teach the sounds of all the letters to students, and we have to give them a lot of practice as well. We also discussed the two processes, coding and decoding. In coding, we listen to a word and then we try to spell it. We try to represent the sound through the script. We also discussed the second process, decoding, where the script or the words are already written on the board, and we break them and try to read them. So this is my experience. Among the two processes, lot many teachers conduct the decoding practice in their schools. म्हणजे शब्द लिहायचे आणि त्यांना तोडून वाचण्याचा सराव अनेक शिक्षक करून घेतात. But I have seen very few teachers who do the coding practice with their students. की एखादा शब्द सांगून, फॉर एक्झाम्पल जर एक मी शब्द दिला ताबडतोब, now as per the sound of the word, let's create a spelling for this word. ही जी प्रॅक्टिस आहे, असे अनेक मराठी इंग्लिश कुठलेही शब्द घेऊन त्यांचं स्पेलिंग बनवायचा प्रयत्न करणे, कोडिंग तेवढं वर्गांमध्ये होताना दिसत नाही. So I am pretty sure the tag coordinators will ensure this year at least that we give equal focus or emphasis to coding as well. So this was our second tag meeting, and the same PPT we are going to share with you as well. आपण ज्या फ्लो मध्ये गेलो त्याच फ्लो मध्ये तुम्ही सुद्धा you can conduct the same in your own respective locations. There are some comments. I am taking note. If possible, share the 44 sounds for our convenience. Yes, I will exactly do it, and I will share some information regarding that in the WhatsApp group as well. So keep checking the WhatsApp group. Many teachers have also commented that I conduct these practices in my classroom. Kudos to you, and thanks a lot for sharing and letting us know. So once again, thanks to all the teachers, and I'm Saurabh from CLR, and also from CLR and Diet, and also from Open Links Foundation. Thanks a lot for joining this session. I'm handing over the session to Torne ma'am. So ma'am, please, thank you.
Thank you very much, Saurabh sir. I think the session must be enjoyable and all of you have enjoyed it. Even though we are on online platform, still everyone is participating, everyone is giving their responses in chat box. And of course, uh, I must say thanks to all of you that you are giving that kind of response. And of course, you will enjoy your cluster level meetings too. If any problem, any doubt you have now, there is no time. Otherwise, we will take your responses from first activity. That was my plan actually, but due to that reason, we are not supposed to go one by one. We will shift to the next. Next topic of this meeting, that many teachers, many tech coordinators and many BRPs BRP used to complain that we are not able to fill the link tag, that Google link, that tag means that presently, absentee, and everything, and even we are not able to upload the videos. So we such problems you are facing. So I think we have to solve those problems. We are there to solve the problems. So now I request Bhairav. He is going to talk about how to fill the tag form, the way, the procedure. He is going to explain it, and even the material. This material means even the last tag meeting material is available on Vinoba app. This meetings material is also going to be available on Vinoba app. And of course, we are going to send everything, the PPT, handout, and everything, means video, audio, everything we are going to send on a group too. And even that material will be available on Vinoba app. The third point he is going to explain is that how to upload the videos. The videos of your tag meeting and the videos after your cluster level tag meetings, the teachers, the tag members will implement those activities in their classroom. Classroom Connect is there. So in their classroom, and that video is going to be uploaded on Vinoba app. How to upload those videos, Bhairav is going to tell you. And of course, I'm having the report, but first, Bhairav sir will talk about these 3 points, and then I'll explain the last year's report. We will talk on that report too. Okay, Bhairav sir.
सो सर्वांना नमस्कार आणि थँक्स टू CLR टीम, कारण प्रोग्राम इतका चांगला आहे हा. आणि जे आपले टॅग समन्वयक आहे किंवा इतर शिक्षक आहेत, जिथे टॅग मीटिंग मध्ये वेगवेगळ्या ऍक्टिव्हिटी घेतल्या जातात, त्याच त्या आपल्या विद्यार्थ्यांसोबत पण वर्गांमध्ये घेतल्या जातात. तर ह्या बेस्ट प्रॅक्टिसेस ऍक्टिव्हिटी आहेत, ज्या की इतर शिक्षकांपर्यंत वेगवेगळ्या आपल्या शाळांसोबत आपल्या वेगवेगळ्या वर्गांमध्ये विद्यार्थ्यांसोबत होतात. आणि तिथे काही एकमेकां आपण जे काही ऍक्टिव्हिटी घेतो त्यातनं काही वेगवेगळ्या गोष्टी आपण शिकत आहोत. तर त्या एकमेकांपर्यंत पोहोचण्यासाठी आपण एक टॅग प्रोग्राम्स आहेच, पण त्या अनुषंगाने आपण विनोबा ॲपवरती टॅग फॉर्म संदर्भात, की टॅग मीटिंग मध्ये तुम्ही ज्या काही ऍक्टिव्हिटी घेताय त्या कशा पद्धतीने टॅग फॉर्म मध्ये भरायच्या, त्याच्यानंतर फक्त भरणंच कन्सिडर न करता जे टॅग फॉर्म मध्ये तुम्ही ऍक्टिव्हिटी घेताय त्या इतर शिक्षकांपर्यंत पोहोचतात का, त्या पूर्ण वर्गांमध्ये त्या इम्प्लिमेंट होतात का, त्याच्यातून नक्की विद्यार्थ्यांपर्यंत त्याचा फायदा होतोय का. तर त्याच्यासाठी देखील आपण विनोबा ॲपमध्ये काही टॅग प्रोग्रामचे क्लब ऍक्टिव्हिटीमध्ये ऍड केलेले आहोत. तर मग आपण हे सगळं कारण मोस्टली आता टाइम होत आलेला आहे, तर मग आपण एक काम करूयात की प्रॅक्टिकलच पाहूयात की टॅग फॉर्म जो आहे आपण जे टॅग समन्वयकांसाठी ठेवलेला आहे तो कशा पद्धतीने भरायचा. तर आपण थोडस त्याच्याबद्दल पाहूयात. आपण टॅग फॉर्म कसा भरायचा याच्या अगोदर आहे ना, म्हणजे ज्या शिक्षकांना काही क्वेरीज येतात आहेत, त्या जर त्यांनी आता एक्सप्लेन केल्या तर मला कळेल. कारण जेणेकरून काय होईल की मला त्या सगळ्या प्रॉब्लेम्स काय असतील तुमचे फॉर्म संदर्भात असतील, व्हिडिओ संदर्भात असतील, कसे अपलोड करायचे ते जर समजले तर मी व्यवस्थित ते सगळे क्वेश्चन्स मी याच्यामध्ये कन्सिडर करून त्याला एक्सप्लेनेशन, म्हणजे परत आपला वेळ जायला नको. एक करतो. तो सगळ्यांना स्क्रीन दिसते का? हॅलो हॅलो. हो
दिसते
किंवा नाही उत्तर द्या, म्हणजे जेणेकरून मला कळेल की तुम्हाला सगळ्यांना स्क्रीन दिसत आहे. मग आपण पुढे जाऊयात.
दिसत आहे.
दिसते. ओके. तर सर्वात पहिला प्रश्न असा होता की आपण जे टॅग समन्वयक म्हणून काम करत आहेत, तर त्या टॅग समन्वयकांसाठी मीटिंगच्या दरम्यान ज्यावेळी आपल्या केंद्रामध्ये आपण मीटिंग घेतो, त्यावेळी मीटिंगच्या दरम्यान आपल्याला त्याचा अहवाल कशा पद्धतीने भरायचा आहे त्याची माहिती मीटिंगची, तो त्याबद्दल आपण पाहूयात. आता ही सर्वांना ही मेन स्क्रीन दिसत असेल. ज्यावेळी आपण विनोबा ऍप लॉग इन करतो त्याच्यानंतर ही होम पेज दिसतं आपल्याला, जिथे ऍड टीचर स्टोरी आहे, प्रपत्र आहे, फॉर्म आहे आणि फॉर्म्स आहे. तर फॉर्म सेक्शन सर्वांना दिसतोय इथे. फॉर्म सेक्शन दिसतोय सर्वांना? हॅलो.
हा दिसतोय सर. सर
तुमचा रिस्पॉन्स खूप महत्वाचा आहे, कारण वन वे कम्युनिकेशन मध्ये मी हा ओके. सो फॉर्म सेक्शन वर आपण आता विनोबा ऍप लॉग इन केल्यानंतर इथे फॉर्म सेक्शन वर क्लिक केल्यानंतर आपल्याला फॉर्म्स मध्ये इथे स्क्रोल केल्यानंतर पहिला तुम्हाला निपुण भारत गुणवत्ता वृद्धी कार्यक्रमाचा फॉर्म दिसेल. त्याच्यात एक्झॅक्टली खाली दुसरा एक फॉर्म आहे की सन 2024-25 पुणे जिल्ह्यातील शिक्षकांच्या इंग्रजी भाषेच्या विकासासाठी प्रत्येक महिन्याला प्रत्येक केंद्रात टॅग बैठकांचे आयोजन करण्यात येत आहे. आपल्या केंद्रातील टॅग बैठक झाल्यानंतर केंद्र प्रमुख किंवा टॅग समन्वयक यांनी खालील प्रमाणे टॅग बैठक अहवाल माहिती भरावी. ठीक आहे. तर त्याच्यात एक्झॅक्टली खाली माहिती भरायला इथे क्लिक करा. असा एक ब्ल्यू कलर मध्ये तुम्हाला दिसत असेल लिहिलेलं की माहिती भरायला इथे क्लिक करा. सो त्याच्यावर आपण क्लिक केल्यानंतर तो फॉर्म ओपन होतो. की माझं समजा की आज आता सपोज की आज माझी, म्हणजे आज मी ज्या दिवशी फॉर्म भरतोय त्या दिवशी माझी मीटिंग आहे, तर मी माझा मोबाईल नंबर इथे मेन्शन करेल. आता इथे फॉर एक्झाम्पल की इथे माझा मोबाईल नंबर 9921 त्याच्यानंतर माझी टॅग बैठकची जी तारीख आहे ती तुम्ही इथे घेऊ शकता, सिलेक्ट करू शकता की समजा आज 23 ऑगस्ट आहे जिल्हास्तरीय, तर मी इथे 23 ऑगस्ट घेतली टॅग बैठकीची तारीख. त्याच्यानंतर टॅग बैठकीचे स्थळ काय आहे, तर मी इथे डायरेक्ट लोकेशन टाकलं पुणे. किती उपस्थित संख्या आहे, तर आता साधारणतः 120 संख्या उपस्थित आहे. आणि मग या संदर्भातच काही फोटोज असतील की आता ज्यावेळी तुमची मीटिंग होईल ऑफलाईन केंद्रामध्ये, त्यावेळी तुम्ही काय कराल की जे काही तुम्ही फोटो काढले असतील तर त्याचेही फोटो तुम्हाला इथे अटॅच करायचे आहेत. मॅन्डेटरी नाही, कारण आपण फोटो अपलोड करण्यापेक्षा जर व्हिडिओ अपलोड केले तर व्हिडिओमध्ये सर्व गोष्टी कॅप्चर होऊन जातात. सो तुम्ही डिपेंड करतं की तुम्ही फोटो अपलोड करता की व्हिडिओ, तर मोस्टली व्हिडिओच अपलोड करा.
सर व्हिडिओ
मग व्हिडिओ
अपलोड
अपलोड करण्याकरिता 6वा प्रश्न आहे बैठकीचे व्हिडिओ कोणत्याही एक ऍक्टिव्हिटीचा. इथे ऍड मीडिया म्हणून आहे, त्याच्यावर क्लिक केल्यानंतर तुम्ही इथे व्हिडिओमध्ये म्हणजे त्या मोबाईलमध्ये त्या ऑप्शनवर क्लिक केल्यानंतर गॅलरीमध्ये जाईल. मग तिथे तुम्ही व्हिडिओ कोणताही एक व्हिडिओ सिलेक्ट करून अपलोड करा. आणि मग इथे त्या बैठकीमध्ये काही तुमचे जे मुद्दे झाले, काही ऍक्टिव्हिटी घेतल्या असतील, काही चर्चा झाली असेल, ते सर्व खाली इथे 7व्या प्रश्नामध्ये दिले की बैठकीतील ठळक मुद्दे 2 ते 3 ओळीमध्ये, किंवा तुम्हाला पाहिजे असेल तुम्ही त्या 5 ते 6 ओळीमध्ये पण लिहू शकता. तर अशा पद्धतीने हा टॅग बैठकीचा फॉर्म आहे, जिथे ज्या ज्या केंद्रामध्ये आपले टॅग समन्वयक बैठक झाल्यानंतर त्यांना माहिती भरायची आहे, तर त्या अशा पद्धतीने भरायची आहे. आणि भरून झाल्यानंतर खाली एक ऑप्शन आहे सेव्ह ड्राफ्ट आणि सबमिट. मग इथे सबमिट वर क्लिक करायचं. मग सबमिट वर क्लिक केल्यानंतर सबमिट झालं असा वरती मेसेज येतो.
हे सगळं लॅपटॉप वरतीच केलं जातं, करता येतं,
हो,
मोबाईलवर
करता
नाही
येतं.
असं म्हणतात ते.
नाही, हा मोबाईल वरती पण करता येतो. तुम्ही ज्यावेळी मोबाईलवर लॉग इन करता, विनोबा ऍप सगळ्यांकडे असेलच, करेक्ट. विनोबा ऍप सर्वांकडे नसेल तर त्यांनी प्ले स्टोअरला जाऊन विनोबा सर्च करून ऍप इन्स्टॉल करून घ्या. आणि इन्स्टॉल करून घेतल्यानंतर रजिस्ट्रेशन करून साइन इन करा. हे मोबाईलमध्ये असंच दिसतं सेम, जसं आता स्क्रीन दिसते ना तुम्हाला, तशी स्क्रीन मोबाईलमध्ये दिसते. आणि लॅपटॉपमध्ये पण करता येतं हे. लॅपटॉपमध्ये करण्यासाठी तुम्हाला फक्त ते मोबाईल व्हर्जनचं पेज ओपन करावं लागतं. त्याच्यासाठी कंट्रोल-शिफ्ट-I म्हणून की प्रेस करावी लागते ऍट द वन टाइम, तेव्हा ते मोबाईल व्हर्जन मध्ये ओपन होतं. तर सर्व टॅग समन्वयकांना कळलं का की आपली ज्यावेळी बैठक होईल, बैठक झाल्यानंतर त्या बैठकीची माहिती कशा कशा पद्धतीने विनोबा ऍपवर भरायची आहे?
हो सर.
ओके, ठीक आहे. ठीक आहे, हा झाला पहिला प्रश्न माझा की आपण टॅग बैठक झाल्यानंतर कशा पद्धतीने विनोबा ऍप वरती त्या टॅग बैठकीचा माहिती अहवाल भरायचा आहे. आता दुसरा प्रश्न असा आहे की माहिती भरणं बरोबर आहे की आता आपल्याला त्याचा डेटा लागतोच, कारण प्रत्येक महिन्याला आपण, मॅडम तुम्हाला पुढे सांगतीलच की प्रत्येक महिन्याला त्याच्यासाठी काही आपण गोष्टी ठरवतोय. सो दुसरा प्रश्न असा आहे की आता त्या आपले जे टॅग प्रोग्राम संदर्भात जे काही मटेरियल आहे ते विनोबा ऍप वरती कुठे दिसेल किंवा कुठे आपण ते ठेवलेलं आहे. सो ज्यावेळी आपण परत पुन्हा टीचर स्टोरीवर क्लिक करतो, त्यावेळी मेन पेजला आल्यानंतर पुन्हा एकदा मी रिपीट करतो. दुसरा प्रश्न असा आहे माझा की टॅग प्रोग्राम संदर्भात ज्या काही PPT, जे काही मटेरियल, व्हिडिओज असतील, ते सर्व आपण कोणत्या सेक्शन मध्ये ठेवलंय ते पाहणार आहोत. ठीक आहे, तर इथे ही होम स्क्रीन आहे. होम स्क्रीनच्या खाली टीचर स्टोरी दिसते. टीचर स्टोरीच्याच बाजूला TLM आहे, की टीचर लर्निंग मटेरियल म्हणून आहे. त्याच्यावर क्लिक केल्यानंतर तुम्हाला अशी स्क्रीन दिसेल. CBSE बोर्ड असेल, महाराष्ट्र बोर्ड असेल, त्याच्यानंतर एक्झॅक्टली खाली सुनेरा शनिवार असेल. आणि आपण जे टॅग प्रोग्रामचे जे काही मटेरियल आहे ते शिक्षक सक्षमीकरण या सब्जेक्टच्या अंतर्गत ठेवलेलं आहे. शिक्षक सक्षमीकरणच्या अंतर्गत ते मटेरियल आपण टॅग प्रोग्राम 2024-25 याच्यावर क्लिक केल्यानंतर तुम्हाला तिथे सेशन वाईज 1 ते 9 सेशन दिसतात, बट आपण 1 ते 7 सेशन घेणार आहोत. मग पहिल्या सेशन मध्ये जसं गेल्या महिन्यामध्ये जे पहिल्या सेशनचं मीटिंग झाली त्या सेशनवरती आपली, तर तिथं सगळे मटेरियल इथे सेशन प्लॅन आहे, हँडआउट आहे. त्या पद्धतीनेच आता जे सेशन दुसरं झालं आज, त्याचंही आज आपण संध्याकाळपर्यंत सेशन 2 मध्ये त्याचे जे काही ऍक्टिव्हिटी प्लॅन असेल, म्हणजे प्लॅन असतील, व्हिडिओज असतील, ते आज आपण अपलोड करून त्याची लिंक सर्वांना शेअर करण्यात येईल ग्रुपवरती. तर या अशा पद्धतीने मी पुन्हा एकदा रिपीट करतो, टॅग प्रोग्रामचं 2024-25 हे टॅग प्रोग्रामचं जे मटेरियल आहे ते TLM सेक्शन जे आहे खाली लेफ्ट साईडला स्क्रीनच्या, त्याच्यावर क्लिक केल्यानंतर शिक्षक सक्षमीकरण हे एक नावाचं सब्जेक्ट आहे, त्याच्याच खाली टॅग प्रोग्राम 2024-25 नावाचं सेक्शन केलंय. त्याच्या अंडर आपण सेशन वाईज मटेरियल अपलोड करणार आहोत. आता आज मीटिंग झाली आपली, तर आज संध्याकाळपर्यंत त्याची लिंक ग्रुपला व्हॉट्सअपला येऊन जाईल. मग तुम्ही तसा तो रेफरन्स घेऊ शकता. ठीक आहे, तर हा दुसरा प्रश्न आपण कव्हर केला. तिसरा प्रश्न असा आहे की आता फक्त टॅग समन्वयकच फॉर्म भरतात येत आणि त्याचा रेफरन्ससाठी आपण टॅग ऍक्टिव्हिटी जे काही मटेरियल तो पण यूज करतोय. पण आपण ज्यावेळी केंद्रामध्ये टॅग मीटिंग घेतो ते इतर शिक्षकांपर्यंत किंवा शाळेतल्या विद्यार्थ्यांपर्यंत पोहोचतंय का, तर ते कसं आपल्याला माहित पडेल, तर ते या पद्धतीने असेल. आणि दुसरी गोष्ट की तुम्ही घेतलेल्या मीटिंग्समध्ये ज्या काही ऍक्टिव्हिटी आहेत ते बेस्ट प्रॅक्टिसेस म्हणून इतर शिक्षकांपर्यंत पोहोचून त्याची डेव्हलपमेंट कशी होईल इंग्लिश लँग्वेजसाठी. सो मग आपण काय केलेलं आहे की याच मेन पेज वरती जसं आपण एखादी पोस्ट आपल्याला जर विनोबा ऍपवर करायची असेल, तर आपण इथे वरती ऍड टीचर स्टोरी म्हणून दिसत असेल तुम्हाला, ब्लॅक मध्ये लिहिलेलं आहे. याच्यावरती क्लिक केल्यानंतर तुम्हाला 3 गोष्टी दिसतील, स्टोरीज दिसतील, क्लब ऍक्टिव्हिटी दिसेल आणि TLM. तर आपण टॅग प्रोग्राम नावाचा एक क्लब बनवला आहे जो की क्लब ऍक्टिव्हिटीच्या अंतर्गत येतो, क्लब ऍक्टिव्हिटी. मग क्लब ऍक्टिव्हिटी मध्ये इथे तुम्ही कविता वाचन 1-2 वरती क्लिक केलं तर खाली तुम्हाला इथे टॅग प्रोग्राम 1-2 दिसेल. आता आपण इथे 2 गोष्टी तुमच्या लक्षात येतील, ज्यावेळी शिक्षक काही पोस्ट अपलोड करतील किंवा टॅग समन्वयक, सपोज की मीटिंग झाल्यानंतर एखाद्या शाळेला पण बहुधा व्हिजिट दिली जाते, त्यावेळी पण तुम्ही इथे, आता समजा की मी इथे क्लास 3 केलं तर त्या ऑटोमॅटिक खाली क्लबमध्ये 3 ते 5 टॅग प्रोग्राम 3 ते 5 हे क्लास निहाय गट बनवलेत. क्लास 1-2 टॅग प्रोग्राम, क्लास 1-2 आणि टॅग प्रोग्राम 3 ते 5, टॅग प्रोग्राम 6 ते 8 अशा आपण वर्गनिहाय बनवलेत. तर आपण इथे आता टॅग प्रोग्राम हा आपण क्लब निवडला की निवडल्यानंतर इथे एक लेफ्ट साईडला अपलोड प्रोजेक्ट नावाचं एक छोटस ब्ल्यू कलर मध्ये दिलेलं आहे, अपलोड प्रोजेक्ट. मग जे काही तुम्ही वर्गामध्ये विद्यार्थ्यांसोबत किंवा मीटिंग मध्ये टॅग समूह जे काही मीटिंग घेतात केंद्र प्रमुख केंद्र लेवलला, तर त्याच्यामध्ये ज्या काही ऍक्टिव्हिटी दिलेल्या आहेत आपल्या टॅग प्रोग्राम अंतर्गत त्या सेशनच्या अंतर्गत, तर तुम्ही ते सगळे व्हिडिओज अपलोड करण्यासाठी अपलोड प्रोजेक्टवर क्लिक केलं की इथे व्हिडिओ, इथे PDF आहे, इमेजेस आहेत, व्हिडिओ आहे. तुम्ही युट्यूबची लिंक असेल ती पण शेअर करू शकता, वेब लिंक पण शेअर करू शकता, लिहू पण शकता की आम्ही अशा पद्धतीने केलं. तर हे अशा पद्धतीचे वेगवेगळे तुम्ही हे करू शकता. तर व्हिडिओ, आता समजा मला व्हिडिओ अपलोड करायचा आहे तर मी व्हिडिओवरती क्लिक केलं, सेम की तिथे तुम्ही जाऊन व्हिडिओ अपलोड करा, जिथे व्हिडिओ आहे त्या फोल्डरमध्ये जाऊन व्हिडिओ अपलोड करून, अपलोड झाल्यानंतर तुम्हाला डिस्क्रिप्शन द्यायचं आणि सेव्ह करायचं. मी फॉर एक्झाम्पल आता एक व्हिडिओ आपण अपलोड करून बघूया. मॅडम चालेल ना? व्हिडिओच नाही, ओके ठीक आहे. तर व्हिडिओ अपलोड केल्यानंतर तो व्हिडिओ जो आहे ते कोणत्या सेशनच्या याचा आहे, म्हणजे तुम्ही जर व्हिडिओ आता एक गेल्या महिन्यात समजा सेशन 1 झालाय, तर सेशन 1चाच तो व्हिडिओ तुम्ही अपलोड कराल आणि तिथे सिलेक्ट कराल. आता व्हिडिओ अपलोड केल्यानंतर सेशन 1, तर ते सेशन 1च्या अंतर्गतच तो व्हिडिओ गेला पाहिजे. आता ही मीटिंग आपली 2 सेशन 2 या वरती झाली आहे ना, तर आपण आता इथून पुढचे जे काही व्हिडिओ तुम्ही जे काही ऍक्टिव्हिटी घेल ते सेशन 2 वरती होईल. सो मग व्हिडिओ अपलोड केल्यानंतर तो व्हिडिओ कोणत्या सेशन मधला आहे तिथे तुम्हाला सिलेक्ट करायचंय. मग सेशन 2 सिलेक्ट करून सेव्ह करायचं. मग तो व्हिडिओ ऑटोमॅटिक त्या त्या टॅग प्रोग्रामच्या क्लबच्या अंतर्गत
खाली
तो
एक
व्हिडिओ
शाळा
अपलोड होऊन जाईल.
आहे
आणि हे प्रत्येक तालुक्याला
लोणावळ्याची
डेली रिपोर्ट आपण तोरणे मॅडमला शेअर करणार
संभाजी
आहोत. आणि
मंदिरची
इथून पुढे
होय का
आपापल्या सवडीप्रमाणे तुम्ही टॅग मीटिंग
जाताना
घेता, तर
दिसायची
मग
मला
त्याचं रिपोर्टिंग म्हणजे की कोणत्या तालुक्यामध्ये किती मीटिंग झाल्या, त्या मीटिंग्स मध्ये किती टीचरांचा सहभाग होता, आणि त्या मीटिंग मध्ये किती टीचरांनी ती ऍक्टिव्हिटी आपल्या शाळा स्तरावर किंवा आपल्या मीटिंग मध्ये ऍक्टिव्हिटी घेतली, ते सगळ्या डिटेल्स आपण त्यांना डेली बेसवर शेअर करणार आहोत. तर त्याचा एक छोटासा आपण रिपोर्ट पण इथे दाखवूयात. मॅडम काय नाही तर ठीक आहे, काय अडचण नाही. तर मग हे अशा पद्धतीने आपण 3 गोष्टी पाहिल्या. पहिली की आपण टॅग समन्वयकांसाठी पाहिले की जे आपण केंद्र स्तरावरती
बरोबर
ज्यावेळी
त्याचं
तुमची
बरोबर आहे.
मीटिंग होईल.
काय करतोय ना
नाही होत, हँग झालं.
हा.
तर की ज्यावेळी केंद्र स्तरावरती तुमच्या मीटिंग्स होतील, त्यावेळी तुम्ही केंद्र समन्वयकांनी त्याच्या बैठकीचा अहवाल तुम्ही विनोबा ऍपवर फॉर्म सेक्शन वरती जाऊन भरायचा आहे. आणि काही शिक्षकांना किंवा टॅग समन्वयकांना जर काही अडचण येत असेल मटेरियल रिगार्डिंग, की मटेरियल लागत असेल की टॅग प्रोग्राम संदर्भात सेशन 2 चं, तर ते TLM सेक्शन वरती जाऊन तुम्ही टॅग प्रोग्रामच्या अंतर्गत ते सगळं मटेरियल अपलोड झालेलं आहे ते पाहू शकता. आणि तिसरा प्रश्न असा होता की आपल्याला बेस्ट प्रॅक्टिसेस फाइंड आउट करायचे प्रत्येक सेशन वरती प्रत्येक महिन्याला. सो मग त्या बेस्ट प्रॅक्टिसेसला आपण रिकॉग्नाइज पण करणार आहोत जिल्हा स्तराला. सो मग त्यासाठी पण महत्वाचं आहे आणि इतरांपर्यंत ते पोहोचावं. तर अशा पद्धतीने आहे. जर कोणाला काही अडचण आली तर मी ते चॅटमध्ये माझा नंबर देऊन ठेवतो, कॉन्टॅक्ट कराल. तर कोणाला काही डाऊट आहेत का आता, की कोणाला काही समजलं नाही? तर ज्यावेळी तुम्ही कराल त्यावेळी तुम्हाला समजेलच, बट काही अडचण आली तर मला नक्की कॉल करा. हॅलो, कोणाला काही प्रश्न आहेत का याच्यावरती?
सर आवाज येतो? हॅलो.
चांगला प्रश्न आहे मॅडम. तर प्रश्न असा विचारला आहे की एका शिक्षकांनी की TLM मध्ये शिक्षक सक्षमीकरण मध्ये केवळ निपुण भारत दिसत आहे. तर हे जाणून बुजूनच मी सांगितलं नाहीये, कारण त्याचं कारण असं आहे की हा प्रश्न यावा. तर TLM सेक्शन मध्ये ज्यावेळी तुम्ही जाल ना आणि शिक्षक सक्षमीकरणच्या अंडर ज्यावेळी तुम्ही पाहाल की मला फक्त निपुण भारतच दिसत आहे, तर तुम्हाला काय करायचंय, शिक्षक सक्षमीकरणच्या खाली एक ब्ल्यू कलर मध्ये ऍड सब्जेक्ट नावाचं दिलेलं आहे. त्याच्यावरती क्लिक केल्यानंतर तुम्हाला इथे शिक्षक सक्षमीकरणची स्लाइड म्हणजे ऍड सब्जेक्ट करावा लागतो, कारण ऍड सब्जेक्ट केल्याशिवाय ते दिसणार नाही. मग इथे मी काय करेल, शिक्षक सक्षमीकरण सिलेक्ट करेल आणि क्लास 1 करेल आणि त्याच्या खाली माझा सब्जेक्ट काय आहे की टॅग प्रोग्राम 2024-25 आणि फॉलो करेल. आता ऑलरेडी मी हे फॉलो केलेलं आहे, सो त्याच्यामुळे दिसणार नाही. आता मी 1 मिनिट दाखवतो. आता मला समजा इथे स्क्रीनवर दिसतंय की शिक्षक सक्षमीकरण मध्ये मला टॅग प्रोग्रामचं सब्जेक्ट दिसत नाहीये. तर मी काय करेल, ऍड सब्जेक्ट वरती क्लिक करेल आणि इथे पिक युअर क्लास सिलेक्ट करेल आणि याच्या अंतर्गत जो सब्जेक्ट दिलेला आहे आपण टॅग प्रोग्राम 2024-25 त्यावर मी क्लिक करेल आणि फॉलो म्हणेल. ज्यावेळी फॉलो होईल त्यावेळी तुम्हाला फक्त रिफ्रेश साठी टीचर स्टोरीवर क्लिक करून TLM वरती क्लिक करायचं. तर आपल्याला तिथे शिक्षक सक्षमीकरणच्या खालीच टॅग प्रोग्राम 2024-25 दिसेल. कळलं सर्वांना? हॅलो. जर सर्वांना समजलं असेल तर चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये येस टाका, नसेल तर मग नो टाका.
येस सर समजतं.
येस येस.
हा, सो तर कोणाला काही अडचण आली तर मी नंबर चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये ओके. हा, तर याच्या संदर्भात ग्रुपवरती ना 3 व्हिडिओज मी तयार केले, म्हणजे 2 व्हिडिओज ऑलरेडी तयार झालेले आहेत. तर मी आज संध्याकाळी मॅडमला शेअर करून ते तुमच्या व्हॉट्सअप ग्रुपला येतीलच. मग ते रेफरन्ससाठी तुम्ही पाहू शकता. आणि जर त्यातूनही तुम्हाला काही अडचण आली तर मी चॅट बॉक्समध्ये नंबर टाकलेला आहे, त्याच्यावर कॉल करून तुमचे जे काही शंका असतील ते विचारा, समस्या येत असतील तर आपण नक्कीच त्याच्यावरती सोल्युशन करू. ओके, तर थँक्यू सो मच. तर मी तोरणे मॅडमकडं हँड ओव्हर करतो.
थँक्यू सो मच भैरव सर. आता मला असं वाटतं तुमच्या ज्या काही अडचणी असतील त्या नक्कीच काही प्रमाणात सॉल्व्ह झाल्या असतील. ज्या अडचणी सॉल्व्ह झाल्या नसतील त्या तुम्ही त्यांना कॉल करून सॉल्व्ह करून घेऊ शकता. आता जे 2 भाग फक्त राहिलेले आहेत, ऍक्च्युली टाइम फार होत चाललेला आहे. मी फास्ट घेते. माझ्या समोर, तुमच्या समोरच स्क्रीनवरती तुम्हाला रिपोर्ट दिसतोय की किती त्या कोऑर्डिनेटर्सनी माहिती भरलेली आहे हे तुम्हाला दिसत आहे. तर बारामतीचे 5 आहेत, भोरला 11 आहेत, दौंडला 7 आहेत, हवेलीला 3 आहेत, इंदापूरचे 12 क्लस्टर्स मधून माहिती आलेली आहे, जुन्नर मधून 3 आहेत, खेड मधून 2 आहेत, मावळ मधून 7 आहेत, मुळशी मधून 4 आहेत, पुरंदर मधून 5 आहेत, शिरूर मधून 8 आहेत आणि वेल्ह्यातून 2 आहेत आणि पुणे सिटी मधून 2 आहेत. तर भोरला कॉंग्रॅच्युलेशन करायला आवडेल. आपण सगळेजण त्यांना कॉंग्रॅच्युलेशन देऊयात, कारण 11 क्लस्टर्स आणि इंदापूरमध्ये 12 क्लस्टर्स मध्ये माहिती भरली गेली आहे. आता तुम्हाला काही अडचणी होत्या आणि त्यामुळे सगळ्या त्या कोऑर्डिनेटर्सना माहिती भरता आली नाही. मला असं वाटतं आता तुमचे प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह झाले असतील. मी ग्रुपमध्ये भैरव सरांचा नंबर देते, त्यांनी जे कशा प्रकारे माहिती फिल करायची आहे, अहवाल भरायचा आहे, त्याचा व्हिडिओ तयार केलेला आहे, तो व्हिडिओ पण शेअर करते आणि अशा पद्धतीने हा प्रॉब्लेम आपण सॉल्व्ह करूयात. पण हे जे 71 क्लस्टर्स आहेत ज्यांनी ही माहिती भरलेली आहे टॅग मीटिंगची, त्यामुळे माझ्याकडे टॅग टीचर्सचा डेटा पण आलेला आहे. तर त्या सगळ्यांना मला थँक्यू म्हणायचं आहे की तुम्ही वेळेत काम केलेलं आहे. अजून एक गोष्ट मला सांगायची आहे तुमच्यासाठी, एक गुड न्यूज आहे की आपण टॅग कोऑर्डिनेटर्सना सर्टिफिकेट देणार आहोतच, पण त्याचबरोबर टॅग मेंबर्स जे शाळांमध्ये, त्यांच्या शाळांमध्ये या ऍक्टिव्हिटीजचं इम्प्लिमेंटेशन करणार आहे आणि दे आर सपोज टू अपलोड द व्हिडिओज ऑफ देअर ऍक्टिव्हिटी. तर ते व्हिडिओ सुद्धा मी सगळे पाहत आहोत आणि त्यापैकी 3 व्हिडिओ सिलेक्ट करून त्या 3 व्हिडिओजना, जसं इतर व्हिडिओसाठी विनोबा ऍप पोस्ट ऑफ द मंथ अवॉर्ड देत असतं, तसं आपण पोस्ट ऑफ द टॅग मेंबर्स असे एक अवॉर्ड देणार आहोत. मागचे जुलै महिन्याचे खरंच सिलेक्ट झालेले आहेत, पण तरी पण मी आता इथे नाव डिक्लेअर करत नाही. पुढच्या महिन्याच्या मीटिंगमध्ये ऑगस्ट आणि जुलैचे असे नाव डिक्लेअर करू आणि त्याच्यानंतर जसं आपण पोस्ट ऑफ द मंथला कोणत्याही ओकेजन वगैरे घेऊन त्यांचा जसा सन्मान केला जातो त्याप्रमाणे सन्मान त्यांचा केला जाईल. तर मला असं वाटतं हे एक मोटिवेशन असेल तुम्हाला व्हिडिओ अपलोड करायला आणि तुम्ही सगळेजण व्हिडिओ अपलोड करत जा. अपलोड करणं महत्वाचं नाहीये, महत्वाचं हे आहे की तुम्ही ते वर्गामध्ये घ्यावं. पण तुम्ही ते वर्गामध्ये घेतलं किंवा नाही हे कसं करणार? आम्ही प्रत्येक शाळेमध्ये तर व्हिजिट करू शकत नाही आणि त्यासाठी मग अपलोड करणं महत्वाचं आहे. पण तुम्हा सगळ्यांना खूप खूप शुभेच्छा. तुमच्या विद्यार्थ्यांसाठी याचा खूप उपयोग होईल, तुमच्या स्वतःसाठी या सगळ्या गोष्टींचा, या सेशनचा खूप उपयोग होईल आणि ऑफकोर्स आय वुड लाईक टू गिव्ह बेस्ट विशेस टू all tag coordinators that of course they will implement, they will organize their tag meetings at their cluster level very effectively. And this tag meeting, this session definitely would prove to be beneficial to all teachers, all students and all all of you. So I would like to give best wishes to all of you. And of course, on behalf of that principal, he is very busy, and that is why he didn't join our meeting. But his best wishes always with us. So on behalf of that, I would like to give best wishes and thanks to all the team. Thanks to tech coordinators. Thanks to cluster heads. Thanks to BRPs. Thanks to CLR. Thanks to OpenLink and to everyone. Thank you very much. Okay, shall I end the meeting? Thank you.